Let's talk about a philosophically interesting and psychologically challenging topic: subjective perspectives in an objective reality. You've probably seen this before, the cartoon about two people looking at the same thing and each having a different perspective. Well, I think most people can easily understand that an objective reality exists and the individual subjective perspective exists as well. Now, the problem, however, is that in a complex, multidimensional world where we have more than just two simple perspectives like in that cartoon, it can be very difficult to make statements about objective reality. Well, actually not quite though, right? We have science. Science is really good at figuring out knowledge and information about objective reality, and we can even take this knowledge and information to engineers and into industry and create useful products. We can solve the most challenging problems of life and fulfill many of our needs with science. I mean, the fact that you can watch this video right now is 100% science and technology. It's fascinating magic and we've got a pretty good handle on it. Now, what we don't have a good handle on are the soft sciences such as sociology, psychology, and political sciences. These are not exact sciences because they usually involve humans, and it's very difficult to study humans the same way we study materials. In fact, sometimes humans behave a little bit like quantum particles, and they change their behavior when they know that they're being observed. So as we said, the complex multidimensional world we live in makes it difficult to find objective agreements, and even scientific results can be interpreted from different perspectives. We can see this especially in the political domain, where currently we're experiencing some enormous polarization, with views being heavily divided on many important subjects. Well, there is actually a method similar to the scientific method that I want to demonstrate to you today. Many people have been using this method for a long time in their minds to solve problems and make decisions and achieve their goals better. But not all people use this method currently, but it would actually have many benefits if more people knew about this method and even used it collaboratively. See, this method overcomes some of the barriers associated with problem solving, particularly confirmation bias and some of the other barriers associated with problem solving. In other words, this method will help you think outside the box. That's why I think it's so useful. I actually think it has even more benefits, especially because it becomes more effective if we have more diverse perspectives. Exactly what we have going on today in this climate, right? So here's the thing. We first need to clarify certain information categories, particularly goals, needs, and values. These are the things we want and desire or even require, our interests, the things that our hearts want. For every person, these are a little bit different, but if they are violated, then we have problems. Notice how such a problem, just standalone by itself, may be a totally subjective experience. I can say that one of my goals is being violated and that is bad for me, but only for me, and nobody else really experiences this problem outside of my own subjective reality. But a problem can exist that violates two different goals as well. And in this case, two people can agree on a problem being objectively true and real and existing and being the same thing. Because the same description of a problem can actually mean two different problems. Let me make a very generic example here. Let's say poverty. All right, let's say poor people can't take care of themselves. That is a statement that many can agree on, I would think. And while two people can definitely agree that this is a problem, one person may be concerned with the well-being of other people, whereas the other person might think poverty is a problem because it aesthetically is unappealing to them when poor people can't take care of themselves, right? Now, even further, we could say a third person may be concerned with safety because poor people tend to commit more crime. So here we can see how one objective problem that exists in objective reality simultaneously exists in three separate subjective perspectives. For now, let's keep out the third perspective and keep our example only down to two perspectives, but you'll see how more perspectives actually benefit this framework of thinking. See, these two people with different goals may get in an argument over the goals that are violated due to poverty. And further, when it comes to suggesting solutions for poverty, Even though, for example, paying poor people with tax dollars might sound good for one person and actually is one solution for this problem, this solution may come with more problems that only the other person would experience. So to convince the person to change their goals and dreams would not only be very difficult, perhaps it would be futile, and it may even be unethical. So as we try to find agreement and solutions that work for everyone, we have to look at all the problems involved and all the problems that are further caused by suggested solutions as well. It may take a while to really explore the entire complexity of all perspectives involved, but hopefully, at some point, solutions can be found that are benign to all goals, meaning the solutions don't violate any goals of the other parties, and maybe they even fulfill some of their goals as well. So those would be win-win situations. This is how we can not only better understand different perspectives, but how we can also work together to find compromise and help solve the world's most difficult problems. I'm currently building a user interface to go along with this method so that we can have an app that makes it easy for everyone to map out the complexities and help us see things from a different perspective to find the best solutions. Please check out some of my other videos on that topic and consider making a donation to my crowdfunding campaign so that we can get this project off the ground, get it launched, and get it into the hands of many, many people and many diverse perspectives.